checking out The Only Game where you can test the most inhumane challenges utilizing video game AI. It's GTA. So in order to force and test the GTA AI to do a bunch of things, we had to establish a baseline. How smart are pilots in GTA? So what we did is we have an airliner coming in. There is a saw blade laying on the runway. Will it taxi away from the saw blade? Of course it won't. It lands directly on it and kills everyone on board. Knowing that, we're starting off with beat the speed run and hope at least one pilot makes it to the end. Here's how this goes. We've got multiple sets of AI-driven pilots piloting different planes. They're gonna have to go off of a ramp, circumvent 2 different windmills, go over a huge gap, then they're going to have to go through a turbocharged windmill and land in a landing area. My job is twofold. 1, in order to complete the challenge, I have to beat them, and 2, I have to find out which AI can pilot their aircraft and get through all of these different obstacles. And of course, this is also timed. The way they made this, not only do I have to figure out which vehicle can beat this stupidity that they have created, I also have to find out which AI dealing with their plane type is the one that has any chance of getting through this insanity. You'll notice the private jet there is doing pretty good because it kind of goes below the wind turbines. Okay, maybe not. Now it's just kind of getting ragdolled. The fighter jet goes off into space. The whole time I've been making these videos, we always have different planes that get in the way and try and crash into the course and stuff like that. I've always wondered exactly how they behave. Oh, the fighter jet made it all the way through. In fact, it's the first one that I've seen do it. There goes the private jet. It just got obliterated. Ah! Now, realistically, I can say, and this is even with like trying to curb, well, again, the planes are their own obstacles as well that I have to get around. Even with curb boosting, there is no way I'm making this jump. We're gonna need a different vehicle to even have a chance to get there to the end with the planes. All right, let's go sporty. Pilots, start your engines. It's also kind of interesting because each pilot has to get into their plane a different way. And some of them get into the planes very, very quickly, and some of them just take forever. I am overshooting. Oh. Hold on, let me get some speed boost into this. I am overshooting the other plane. He gets obliterated. I make it through, but I still can't get to the platform. Whenever I am forced to sacrifice part of my attention, it just makes my job that much harder. And by job, I mean, you know, attempting not to get murdered by all the different challenge areas. I'm not gonna make it. I will say though, the plane that probably has the best chance of it is the fighter jet in the front, because it climbs quickly, it goes very fast, it can get through the wind turbines pretty much every time, and I think because of its small profile, it's probably the best at potentially making it to the end. You can see the pilot has to bring that thing up in height like very, very quickly. But yeah, elevation aside of the plane, this car's not gonna do it. All right, obviously the answer has to be a supercar. Also, I don't like the fact that this bird is looking at me sideways. Hold on. Bruh. Oh no. All right, give me all the speed. We should be able to get through all the different jumps now fairly easy. I will say, there is one thing I haven't considered, and it's because we've done one of the challenge with it, the Weevil, the car I haven't used yet. That thing's aerodynamics are unreasonably good. Oh no! The tail end of the... Okay, so I can make it. Nope. I think I'm the only one that made it here successfully. There's one jet left. It is the slowest one there is. I have a feeling that the pilot has absolutely zero chance of making it through the upgraded wind turbine, the windmill, if you will. I'm still trying to figure out what is the... Oh, okay. If the planes don't make it, then the teleporters don't go up. Got it. Now all the GTA AI gets to go through the same agony that I go through every day. We get to find out which one has the tenacity to keep doing these challenges over and over again until they finally get there. That one was close. There's no way it's gonna get obliterated. Watch. And yeah, then you have Slow-Mo McGee over here all the way in the back. The slowest plane out of... Did he just crash or... Oh, it just dipped way down to the ground. I do want to give the muscle car a shot. Just because when you see this thing jump, you'll understand. Did I just hit that bird? It's like its own plane. So here we go. and it just stays in the air. This thing's like halfway down the platform before it lands. All right, so the first fighter jet just got obliterated. I got obliterated. Okay, first jump over the, you know, your classic executive style looking jet through the, no, it made it. It landed on the platform and everything. I just didn't get there. We've had our first plane that's been able to circumvent all the different challenges. I just need to get there with it. All right, now we know who legitimately has the potential to complete the challenge. So easy jump. Again, you get so much distance here that it's almost effortless to do this. It's all a matter of nope. Okay, I was gonna say. It's a matter of can they get past the wheat mill, and the answer is no 99% of the time. Oh, big jump. Oh, I got tapped. Oh, the plane behind me got tapped. We were doing the same technique. I love how there's a random helicopter chilling out in our challenge area. That isn't part of the challenge. It just decided to fly over, probably because it felt left out. All the actual aerial vehicles are, oh, hold on. Let me have this. We got it. We got it. Yeah. And so the ped plane combo that managed to circumvent all this, the only one out of everything in so many attempts, is the laser. And that gives us our very first checkpoint. And so that brings us to beat all drivers to the to the meet and hope at least one of them gets to the end. Okay, you thought the last challenge was insane? Here's what happens for this. So you have all the different pedestrians, each with a different vehicle type. They're gonna have to circumvent a bunch of speed bumps. If they want to use a speed booster, it's there for them. Then they're gonna have to go over a tightrope slat area with holes, through a windmill, over more speed bumps, choose one of 3 different incline jumps to circumvent a gap, over more speed bumps, deal with a rotating block. You guessed it, there's in fact more speed bumps. Deal with multiple crosswalks with more and more pedestrians in the crosswalks. Get through hydraulic heaters, through a tiny little narrow corridor, get past moving obstacles, and then eventually get to this meet. We've got the same ped in every single vehicle, and let's do this. This is everything from the Liberator to a quad at this point is going to try and complete this challenge. And you will see, already vehicles are rolling all over the place. The off-road vehicles are doing the best. The quad was doing fine. This might be a challenge where the quad can legitimately win. Part of the problem is I have no idea how the AI is going to try and deal with the wind turbines. Because even I find that there's problems, because you never really know. They speed up and they slow down dependent on the wind. So we have one, I'm going off the platform. I can't believe this. The AI is beating me. I do still have the other vehicles that I can choose from. So we're going to go back to the sports car for this. The Weevil did its job. But when it comes to speed bumps, it needs to chill out because it goes flying everywhere. The dude on the quad is performing almost acrobatics. I'm waiting for the AI to start doing handlebar stands and stuff like that. So right now, all the vehicles are failing atrociously except for one. Awesome barrel roll right there. Sticks the landing sort of sideways. The one vehicle in the front that's beating everyone is beating them by a quarter mile at this point. Liberator's going for the middle ramp. Sticks it. Okay. Doing some pretty good recoveries on the form of the AI right now. I'm very impressed. I honestly wasn't sure that the AI would even remotely make it to the end of these challenges. But we've got multiple... Never mind, one of them just jumped to their death randomly. I'm not really sure why. Maybe they left the oven on or something like that. The Liberator is intentionally trying to injure as many people as possible. Totally makes sense. Now for the moving obstacles, which it totally does not know how to get past. And will it make it to the meet? And now the question is, I'm pretty sure that the vehicle has to beat this meet, and it did. And it got absolutely obliterated by the 2 posts that come down. What an elaborate setup. This is crazy. All right, we're gonna try an off-road vehicle for this. There's so many speed bumps that I think that something like this is gonna do good. That's why I think that in the end, the car that has the best potential for doing this is going to be an off-road style car. The Badger's doing great. Never mind, the Badger just got absolutely hammered. It just got DDT'd by a wind turbine out of nowhere. Full backflip, sticks the landing? I'm trying to help him. There we go. Dune buggy sticks the landing with a little bit of assistance. Oh, the quad! This is what I've been hoping for my whole life. Never mind, the quad just jumped right into the canyon. A lot of them seem to choose the smallest ramp, if you notice. They have all these different ramps. Mostly they seem to, I assume because it's center line and the AI is trying to stay in the center of the challenge area. So now we have the moving, wow, okay. The moving little like segment there is not giving any of these cars a problem. Honestly, it's mostly just the speed bumps and then the ramps. All right, murder everyone in the middle. No sympathy at all. Does not get ramped by the hydraulic. So now the question is, what are you gonna do about this? Oh, stop. What's going on? The AI is just doesn't, they don't care anymore? This dude just burned out on the side. Oh, he jumped out of the car. I wonder if there's a time limit. Like they have to complete it in time. Alrighty, who's ready to get German suplexed by a wind turbine? I know one of you is going to hit it. Sometimes it's one, sometimes it's most of them. Okay, made it through, no problem. In fact, it made it through to the point where no one is even remotely close. Yeah, the Badger's incredible. He might do a full flip here. Sticks the landing. I'm riding on top of it. I think he just screwed me over. He did. The Badger has to be the one that makes it to the end here. The way that the AI manages to hold the center line and deal with all of the speed bumps and the ramps, and never mind, just made a liar out of me. Well, to be fair, no one is making it right now. The quad is still alive, but half of the time, the quad does not choose. Oh, here, hold on. Never mind. I'm a liar. Never mind. I'm not a liar. I was going to say, it looked like he was going to choose the biggest ramp. And then all of a sudden, the AI was like, no, I'm too scared. And it ended up killing itself because of it. So the Liberator is still doing it. Huh. The Liberator is the only vehicle that made it to the end so far. So I'm kind of curious if I see that the Liberator is always the one, then I guess the AI and the Liberator is just the superior combination right now. Again, as many casualties as possible. 2 wheels are hitting pedestrians at all times, if you notice. It's got 1 pedestrian per wheel. So now around the moving obstacles. Okay, doing a little bit of a 3-point turn, getting past the bocce ball of soul destruction. A little bit of a tap there, but the Liberator has a lot of energy. Just a big vehicle, so it can make it past it. Oh, it drove around it actually drove around the obstacle. Did it do it? Did I get there? Or do I have to have him, hold on. Oh, okay. So they do have to make it. Like, it's not just me that can make it to the end. The pet has to get here first, and technically I have to get here second. Okay, looking at how this course works, I think I know what to do. We're gonna ramp over the meat as the other vehicle is pushing the meat, and I think there's a potential that we all make it. We're there first, the pedestrian is second, and we can actually complete this board. This challenge is kind of, hold on, let me see if I can help this guy. This challenge is kind of wild because I hadn't thought about it, but I do need to assist the AI a little bit. Like when one of the AI falls over like that, they're just not good at recovering. So if I help push them over, now we have another vehicle that can potentially make it to the end. The more vehicles that make it to the end, the better for me. That one's dead. The quad is still going? Okay. Quad made it over the mobile spitting like area. There are multiple vehicles now that have made it this far. More vehicles have made it this far than I've ever seen yet. The quad has not hit a single pedestrian. Good job for him on the safety aspect. Full flip on the hydraulic. The hydraulic does not take the quad out though. I'm not looking where I'm going, so I'm hitting the signage. And so the plan is we're gonna jump. This brings us here so we don't overshoot. Oh! And the Badger makes it to the end? So is that good or what happened? Oh, no. Okay, this challenge is diabolical. I need to get someone past the circle first. Okay, I've been at this for a while. I know now exactly what we're supposed to do. I'm pretty sure I can get this first try if I can, well, first try, 60th try. But on this one, if I can get at least one of these vehicles to make it to the end. And here's why. The Badger's gonna go, okay? Looks good. Does very, oh my God, don't make a liar out of me. Okay, never mind, just totally lied. Normally, the Badger does very well and manages to make it to the, okay, everyone's dying. Who do we have? A quad. Great. Anyway, what I was trying to say is normally I can get more than one vehicle, whoa, to make it to the end over here past the pedestrians. Once we get through the meat area, and we beat the meat, in time, that is, not like striking it with our fists or anything, we have to aim up the other car with the pedestrian, and they get to drive through the teleporter. They don't get teleported if they are inside of the vehicle, and it's not me. All right, so we got stopped. Now, here's what we need. Okay, he made it through. Now watch, here's what I didn't do. Get in the car, get it out of the way so he knows to go through it. And he drives through the teleporter and then gets out of the vehicle. No joke, I think that 69 is gonna get us there. Also, if this is true, I love that 69 was the vehicle that organically did this. And as long as we don't screw up this jump, it is. And so we have a winner, yeah! Well, we tested GTA AI, and it was way more wild than I would have thought. Anyway, folks, hope you enjoyed this episode of GTA. Until next time, stay foxy and much love.